Next game, Tigers, Twins. 8-10 Minnesota. The Twins are minus 205, totals 8.5. We saw a nickel move toward Minnesota and movement upward on the total. The Twins open $2 up to 205, total open 8 up to 8.5. 70% are leaning Twins, 78% shaded toward the over. Right now the Tigers are plus 185 on the money line. The Twins minus $1.10 on the run line. We have Drew Verhagen for the Tigers, Jose Barrios for the Twins. Barrios is 10-6 with a 3.37 ERA and a 1.18 WHIP. He also has 150 punch-outs and just 157 innings pitched. Meanwhile, on the other side for the Tigers, Drew Verhagen comes into this game with a 6.67 ERA. The Twins are first in the NL Central, 27 games over 500 at 77-50 overall for the year, 3.5 games ahead of Cleveland in the division. They rank second in scoring, second in hits. The Tigers on the other side, they are the absolute worst team in Major League Baseball. They're 38-87 overall for the year, 49 games under 500. When it comes to the total, Minnesota 17-8 to the over when Barrios makes the start. I'm going to lean Minnesota Twins minus 1.5 in the over 8.5 runs in that game. Next matchup, Rockies, Cardinals, 8-15 St. Louis. The Cards are minus 215, totals 8.5. We saw a 15-cent fade of St. Louis and movement downward on the total. The Cards open 230, down to 215. Total open 9, down to 8.5. 68% are leaning Cardinals, 82% shaded toward the over. Right now the Rockies are plus 195 on the money line. The Cardinals are minus 105 on the run line. We have Peter Lambert for the Rockies, Jack Flaherty for the Cards. Flaherty's 7-6 with a 3.46 ERA and a 1.10 WHIP. He also has 162 strikeouts thus far in the year. Peter Lambert on the other side for Colorado, just 2-3 on the year, 6.55 ERA, 1.56 WHIP. The Cards are 1.5 games ahead for that second wildcard spot in the National League. They're 10 games over 500 at 68-58 overall for the year. They're also 37-24 at home this year. Winners in 7 out of their last 8 at New Busch Stadium. The Cards are 5th in runs allowed, 3rd in hits allowed at home. And when it comes to the Rockies, they are 23rd in striking out on average per game. They also rank dead last in hits allowed, and they are in last place in the NL West, just 58-70 overall for the year, 12 games under 500. Total-wise, the Cards are 12-5 to the under in their last 17. Give me the Cardinals minus 1.5 and the under 8.5 runs in that matchup. Next game, Toronto taking on the Mariners. And that's going to be a 10-10 Eastern first pitch in Seattle. The Blue Jays are minus 120, totals 9.5. Not a whole lot of movement on the money line. Pretty good two-way action on the sides in this matchup here. We did see a little bit of movement upward on the total. So once again, Toronto open and remains minus 120 on the road. Total open 9 up to 9.5. 61% are leaning Blue Jays, 79% shaded toward the over. Right now the Mariners are plus 110 at home. The Blue Jays plus 135 on the run line. The Jays have Trent Thornton on the bump. Seattle has Justice Sheffield on the bump for them. Now Seattle's won 4 out of their last 5 ball games. They're also 6-3 in their last 9. The Mariners rank 9th in offensive walks on average per game. They're also just 7th in walks allowed. Now the Blue Jays on the other side, they rank dead last in offensive hits. They're also 29th in walks allowed, which is second to last in Major League Baseball. They're coming off a 5-game losing streak. They're 0-5 in their last 5 matchups. Now, total-wise, the Mariners, 40-23 to the over at home. I'm going to lean toward the home dog in this one. Give me Seattle plus 110 and the over 9.5 runs in that game. Next matchup, Red Sox. Padres, 10-10 San Diego. Pretty much a coin flip in this one. Both teams minus 105 with the total at 8.5. 61% are leaning Boston, 71% shaded toward the over. We have Eduardo Rodriguez for the Red Sox, Chris Paddock for the Padres. Now Rodriguez for Boston is 14-5 on the year. He also has 149 strikeouts and just 153 innings pitched. Boston is 3rd in scoring, 1st in hits, 5th in offensive walks. They've also won 5 out of their last 7 ball games, and they're 5-1 in their last 6 head-to-head matchups with the Padres. Speaking of the Padres, San Diego has dropped their last 2 straight. They're also just 4-6 in their last 10. They've won 29 out of their last 62 at home, and they're just 26-36 against the spread at Petco Park as well. A couple more things to add about San Diego. They're 24th in scoring, 25th in hits, 28th in offensive hits at home. Now, total-wise, San Diego is 5-0 to the over in their last 5 in San Diego. Boston, 37-24 to the over when traveling. Give me Boston minus 105 in the over. 8.5 runs in that game. And we're going to slide in our next and final game for the show. This is going to be a good one. We have the Yankees taking on the Dodgers. 10-10 Los Angeles. The Dodgers are minus 145, totals 8.5. Now, we haven't seen a whole lot of movement on the total in this one. We did see a nickel move toward the Dodgers. They open 140 up to 145. Total opening remains at 8.5. 63% are leaning Los Angeles, 62% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Yankees are plus 135 on the money line. The Dodgers are plus 135 on the run line as well. We have James Paxton for the Yankees, Hyun-Jin Ryu for the Dodgers. And as good as Ryu's been, Paxton's got some pretty good stuff as well. He's 9-6 on the year. He's got 141 strikeouts and 113 innings pitched for the Yankees. New York's got the second fewest losses in Major League Baseball. They also rank first in scoring, second in hits on the road, and they are second in offensive walks on the road as well. Now, total-wise, the Yankees are 43-17 to the over when traveling. I'm going to lean New York Yankees plus 1.5 in the over. 8.5 runs in that game. Let's go ahead and get into a quick recap brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage. That's right, I sponsored my own recap. We're going to lean Seattle plus 110 in the over 9.5. We have the Yankees plus 1.5 in the over 8.5. We have Boston minus 105 in the over 8.5. We have the Cardinals minus 1.5 in the under 8.5. We have the Rangers minus 145 in the over 9 runs. We've got the Astros minus 1.5 in the over 9.5. We've got the Twins minus 1.5 in the over 8.5. We have the Diamondbacks plus 1.5 in the over 10 runs. We have the Phillies minus 175 in the over 9 runs. We have the Indians minus 180 in the under 9 runs. We have the Mets minus 180 in the over 7.5. We also have Baltimore plus 1.5 getting the job done for some run line cash. We've got the Reds minus 105 in the over 9 runs. And last but certainly not least, we got the Cubbies minus $1.25 in the under 9.5 runs in that game. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, we went 4-0, a perfect 4-0 day on Patreon. That is my website. We do daily plays on that site. I got hyperlinks for that site all over my YouTube page. Make sure you check it out. Patreon.com/BrockPage. We have a whole bunch of different memberships and tiers, and they begin at just $1.99 per month. That's great information. Listen, you don't have to tail every pick that I do. They're my personal plays, but you do need to tail the hot capper. And I'm pretty hot this week. I'm doing pretty well. So anyway, patreon.com/BrockPage. There's plenty of free content there as well, including my current record. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. I got to thank you for watching me right here on YouTube. I love this channel. I love getting up early every single day. I'm not even working today, my real job in my real life, but we got up at, not as early as I normally do, but we got up at 5:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time just to get the job done. So anyway, I love doing this. I love interacting with you guys. I love the comment section, man. And, you know, some people get a little bit upset when there's some comments that are a little bit derogatory, but you know what, man? If I was creating content that we all 100% agreed on, I truly wouldn't be creating anything unique or special. So it's good that we have those adversarial comments, man. It's great for banter. It's great for entertainment. You know, a good little debate. Nothing wrong with that. That adds a great element to the channel. So I know that when I check out YouTube channels, the first section I go to is the comment section, man. I love seeing the debates. So anyway, YouTube's great. You guys are awesome. I love producing this content for you each and every day. We don't miss many days, even days that I can't do an upload in the studio. I'll do it in my car, man. It really, really doesn't matter. Just as long as I have Wi-Fi, I'll upload that John real quick. Anyway, guys, once again, thank you for watching this free content right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great content, all this great free information. And as always, happy Friday. Best of luck to you. Have a great weekend. And don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/ProcPage.